Who are you talking to? Another woman. You're cheating. Aren't you? No. I'm deleting all your female friends. Oh my god. Did you see that guy get slapped? Ha 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 ha. He probably deserved it. Hey. Don't ignore the signs. Are you okay? Do you need a safe place to go? Abuse is abuse. Regardless of gender. I'm going to duck that blowfish to death without its consent. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and doggo will teach you how to get a good rest. Never sleep with your feet uncovered, or a monster is going to eat it. Someone should continue that comic please. I'm tired of seeing my dad in porn. I'ma make a poem. Bed was his love. Bed was his life. When I lose in bed was, I like to beat my wife. What country and not nearly as bad as the media portrays it to be? Antarctica. The media makes out that it's very cold there, but that situation is improving. This is the hugest overreaction I've ever seen since my girlfriend caught me trying on her underwear. Hansel and Gretel ends with two Germans pushing someone into an oven. Yeah, but the witch deserved it. She was a big-nosed, curly-haired liar who was hoarding all of the treats for her greedy self, and, oh no. What life-changing item can you buy for less than $100? Alcohol. Rope. Which monsters actually taste good? Are there any? Like, their cum, their cocks? Monster. The drink. Consciousness is stored in the balls. I chopped off my dog's consciousness. Bubonic plague got me acting up. Can't let that one go. I went to hug a girl and she grabbed my hand and shook it. What are the most isolated places on earth known to man? Your bed, I'm guessing. Trying to take down people in a wheelchair is a pretty exhausting job. Shelly has a shotgun to speed up the process. My grandpa fell down the stairs. Skill issue. Stop gnome. Step bro. What if dad catches? He can join in. What's your favorite part of having a sister? Milk for sure. I'm ugly as duck and I have 4 kids. Basement or freezer? Which one would you save first? Lover, sister, best friend? $1 million. Remember you have 2 hands. I'm glad my sister is my lover and best friend. Ultron was the most accurate depiction of a villain ever. Dude looked at all of the internet for 3 seconds and immediately decided the world had to go. Cool and British don't belong together. Dictatorship and slavery do. I like kissing Americans. They kiss like they're hungry. Our food don't got nutrients. Then Africans probably give the best kisses. What is yellow and you shouldn't drink? Stomach acid of your dead relatives. Guys who sag their pants below their butt. Why? Easy access for the homies. Imagine non-living things having emotions. The world would become even more depressing place. Fleshlights. Not every Italian man has mustache. Sounds like something a Italian man with a mustache would say. Not just the men, but the women, and the children too. I'm under a lot of loans. Rob a bank of your choice. I did, but can't keep on drinking sperm every day to save money. I don't see how the opener, girl that's a fat ass, can be in any way improved. Laddie, thine cheeks are of thy plumpest variety. Boys, you mean Shrek's toys that are rude and don't even vibrate? No thank you. Whatever. Fleshlight that cries. I like my whiskey like I like men. Twice my agent from Scotland. Smoky, full-bodied and leaves you gasping a little. Left in an oak barrel for at least 3 years. With very little oxygen. What is something illegal that you've done and gotten away with? So you know how some people have bowls of candy with the take one sign out for Halloween. Well, I ducked a dead moose. Which superhero is not allowed near children? The Flash. Neither is the actor. Headset on. Knuckles cracked. Ween jerked. Yep. It's gamer time. So what you're saying is you get horny cause your wife smells like your mom? Big oof. 9/11 overhyped. Only happened once. Remake time. What's the difference between a child and a hooker? I don't know. Wow. You sick freak. What? Why are boys so against wigs? Imagine if Yaman came home and just hung his muscles up in the closet. Now I know that if a terrorist puts a grenade in my mouth it will be a little bit funny. Things I want for Christmas. My family back. Listen, I ain't Santa. Gave my son the wrong backpack. He accidentally took books to school. What the duck is a cunny. Cute plus funny is cunny. Don't let anyone tell you it's anything other than that. You lied to me. 90% of men are ugly and 90% of women are pretty. Sorry, we are both in the 10%. Why are Americans bad at geography? Because the students who skipped class survived. If garlic was a person. Hey girl, are you a blanket? Because I'ma give you to a homeless guy. Wholesome. I love giving women to random dudes on the street. He goes from Nissia to meets you sir. To Yowsa daughter call me sir daddy too. This ducking ruined my day. What is the worst thing you have found in your parents' closet? Went looking for Christmas presents. Found my grandpa's suicide letter. Some people masturbate more than they brush their teeth. Who the duck brushes their teeth 15 times a day? Would you accept $10 million for 3 inches off your dick? Why or why not? Mother ducker want me to go into negative dick. What caused you to end your relationship due to something that disgusted you about your partner? He said all special needs people should be put into institutions and castrated. He knew my younger brother had special needs. When I explained how ridiculous and hurtful this was, he doubled down and specifically said my younger brother should also be castrated and institutionalized. Men or women, who is harder to bring to orgasm? Dolphins. That top is working much harder than anyone in a sweatshop. Shreks is like riding a bike. It's scary. You're pumping your legs, wearing a helmet. The neighbors are watching. And the cops yell at you for doing it on the sidewalk. Leaky ceiling substance. What is this? What does it smell like? What does it taste like? Men and women of Reddit, what made you not want a second date with someone? On a first date at a coffee shop, the guy picked up my foot. I was wearing cute sandals. He rubbed my foot for a second, and I was like what the duck? Then he put all of my toes in his mouth. At the table. If someone dared you to get naked in truth or dare, what would you do? Tell my uncle that I don't want to play this game anymore. What's not a drug, but is so addictive that it could be classified as one? Procrastination. Procrastination is like masturbation. Feels good, but in the end you're only ducking yourself. ATP men should be required to have therapy. Insane. Fat people should be required to have a diet. What are some NSFW secrets about the military? You will see more dicks than you ever want to. Impossible. Help, my mom found my cum on the toilet seat and she confronted me. How did she know it was yours? Taste test. Jeff Bezos realizing that he can change his gender and become the richest woman in the world. Then he marries Elon Musk, divorces him, gets half of his money, changes gender again and boom, he's the richest man in the world. If you don't have Shreks for 1 year then your virginity resets. If you don't have Shreks for 22 years then you're me. Yes, they stack. I have 22 virginities currently. What did your mom say about you having Shreks? Get off me. You made such a mess. Technoblade never dies. Stage 4 cancer. You either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. I guess Techno took the hero route while Dream. What situation is completely different if you have an erection? Men's sauna. Gotta hang the towel somewhere. 9 weeks no heroin no crack. You want to do it again. What is this? Wrong answers only. Kurt Cobain's toothbrush. It's 3 AM and my neighbor is having a meeting with watermelons. Which one of you should I duck next? Is it just me, or were dad dicks way bigger in the late 80s/early 90s? No man, your mouth was just smaller. LMFAO. Guys who sag their pants below their butt. Why? Easy access for the homies. Jokes made. Things to joke about. Apparently there's only minor jokes to be made about Vatican City. How did you think babies were made before you watched that video? Stalk obviously. You duck a stalk. What's the strangest thing you've heard someone say in their sleep? When my parrot talks in his sleep and says something in my brother-in-law's voice, who has been dead for 20 years. Hearing the voice of a dead person coming from a dark room at 3 AM is very disconcerting. Bird also uses dead-in-law's voices at times, but it's Bill's voice which comes out in the middle of the night most often. The sentences aren't unusual, just simple "what are you doing? Stop that," anti-favorite. Duck you. My suicide would break my family's heart. That's the only reason I'm alive. Don't let your family stop you from pursuing your dreams, baby girl. What's the worst song to play at a funeral? My father chose the music for my uncle's funeral. I didn't recognize the title. However, at the intense moment that the curtains drew around the coffin, out blurted the Looney Tunes theme. We were horrified, and my dad sat there hunched over giggling to himself. The inside of your cheek is the same type of tissue and texture as a vagina, so mouths are just toothy cooches. Florida cop claims Burger King put dirt on his food. Investigation reveals it was seasoning. I bet this guy's really good at solving crimes. What is a sentence you could both say during Shrek's and Thanksgiving dinner? Glad you invited your sister this time. Does she like dark meat? When the 3 girl invites you to her house, it's still warm. What is the laziest way of losing fat? Dying. What's something you can say to both your rotisserie chicken and your significant other? I prefer you without skin. What? My mom said I shouldn't use her PC for Facebook, otherwise she will rub my face on the keyboard. Lucky enough she is not around, and I HDKFKFNDKDMDXNSMFJDKFDKFOKFCAT. I want to buy something. What should I buy? No Shrek's toys. A slave. No Shrek's toys. What caused your last breakup? I wasn't having Shrek's near as often as she was. What are you supposed to do when Shrek's is done? Finish the autopsy and try to convince yourself you aren't a bad veterinarian. What do you do if you're at a nude beach and get a boner? Put a tiny hat and mustache disguise on it so nobody notices. I accidentally got pregnant by my 16-year-old son. What should I do? Birth another boy, get pregnant from him as well, be your own grandma. How would you put "I'm a Pokemon trainer" on your resume? I kidnap wild animals and shove them in my balls. This what you see when you get to heaven. You can neutralize industrial grade acid being this basic. How dark is your humor? Me at my boss's funeral kneeling and whispering at the coffin. Who's thinking outside the box now, Steve? What do you think really happens after death? Your family fights for your belongings. I have 22 petabytes of storage. How much did it cost you? And what the duck do you have that's 15 petabytes? One picture of your mother. If you're in a bad neighborhood, for the love of God, stay in well-lit areas. The shortcut through the alley will cost you more than the time it saves. But I wanna be Batman. You pull that stunt, and you're not gonna be Batman, your kid is gonna be Batman. Bro hugging Earth. Stop trolling her. She is queen. Size bed. Promise me you'll look after this world after I'm gone. Please. Please. I promised. His friend is in that barrel causing the problem. Oof. Until I had a massive glow up. Massive glow up. Massive. What are these Chinese girls taking training for? For my visit to Great Wall of Vagina. They think that women YouTubers can't go to heaven because men masturbate over them. This is crazy. Rubbed one out for them. Now no one goes to heaven. Sarah, what the duck is that thing? Lol, I remember the first time I saw one I was pretty freaked out too. Apparently they are called Asians, and there's like 15 different kinds. He turned his head, as if he heard something. Unsettling Peter ad features sobbing burger giving man blowjob. Is there already mayo on that burger? I forgot how racist South Park can be. Racist or inclusive? Wendy's, do you cook anything on your menu in peanut oil? My son has a severe allergy and I couldn't find any information on your website. Shut the duck up. What? Shut the duck up. Caption this. When your stepbro actually helps you get out of the washing machine. If you come on the same patch of soil over and over, will a mushroom grow from your semen under the right conditions? And if so, will the mushroom have your DNA? Asking for a friend. He shoots. He spores. 13-year-olds, when they find out their penis isn't just for peeing. P. 13. I was 7 when I found out that you could slap cats in the face with it. What? It's called a buffle. What the weirdest place you have masturbated? Football stadium after my team won. The whole team jerked you off too? CIA rectal toolkit for Cold War spies. CIA operative, there's no way I can swallow that. The professor, good news. An estimated 4% of the internet is porn. It's all porn, if you have the right attitude. You get $1,000 per person you annoy. What is the fastest way you can become a billionaire? Becoming an influencer. Oh my god, someone is proposing. Gotta start them young. People easily disgusted by smells more prone to xenophobia. Study suggests. Study using fictional refugee groups finds xenophobic prejudice strongest in English speaking countries. If you're sensitive to things that smell like shit, you probably don't like immigrants. What did they mean by that? Your mood right now. Plus the last thing you ate is the name of your podcast. Furious period blood. Then the 92nd pig built his house out of depleted uranium and Wolf was like, I bet the 69th pig built it out of dildos. No. Discarded foreskin. My ex threw a chair at me when I told him I was upset that he forgot my birthday. Was it wrapped? Damn, I laughed. Did you know? A woman attending her son's wedding was left in tears after she identified the bride as her long lost daughter. The incident happened in China. Welcome to another episode of Family Stokes. People can now adopt dogs who failed government training for being too friendly. What were they doing with them before? On Friday, someone spread their cum all over the school's bathroom stalls. What the duck? It's called marking territory, asserting dominance. If somebody asks for pregnant Mario, I'm gonna cry. Can you do pregnant Mario? What if when we can't sleep it's because the sleep servers are full and spots only open when other people wake up? People in comas hogging too much space. Unplug them if they wanna sleep so much. My ex-boyfriend is now gay and my ex-girlfriend is now straight. They should hire you at conversion camps. Call me William Afton because I'm putting a kid in that robot. Don't king shame. You posting pictures of your cousin in a bikini asking if it's wrong, you weirdo, shut the hell up lol. Eat shit. You just mad you not allowed within 500 yards of your family reunion. Dude, what's up with you posting pictures of your relatives in bikinis? That's weird as duck. Breathing normally is easy mode. I turned on the asthma difficulty for the extra challenge. Oh, so it's an optional difficulty? How do I turn it off? Start a new game. Thinking about the guy who bowled perfect game on 9/11. So that's where all the luck went that day? Friends are like boobs. You've got big ones, small ones, real ones and fake ones. And cancer takes some away. Jesus. Ladies, if he nuts in you and you don't wanna get pregnant, you gotta let another nut in you, so the sperm fight to the death. Sometimes I pray for God to take away my ability to read. What's the worst way to impress a woman? Tenderly hold her hand as you piss on an electric fence. My aunt, years ago, was a widow. She was dating this old guy. He died during Shrek's. The thing is, her husband died overnight in bed of a heart attack. She never said, but my dad, her younger brother, assumed. Then it happened again. Guy 3 expires during Shrek's with her. My dad never let her forget it and teased her to no end. Pussy so good it's to die for, I guess. What is legal now, but likely to be illegal in 1 to 2 years? Being able to marry a dead body in France. Remy's had enough. Ratatouille. Jesus cured 2 blind people. Mr. Beast cured 1,000 blind people. Jesus fed 5,000 people. Mr. Beast fed 10,000 people in his Thanksgiving 2021 video alone and thousands more in other projects. Jesus. 12 followers. Mr. Beast. 130 million followers. Mr. Beast clears Jesus by every stat. We should have a Mr. Beast religion and call it bestiality. What's the most non-hygienic thing you've ever done? Drank pee. Which job has never been in a porn plot? Web developer. Let's give him some head. Name an anime character who can defeat Master Uguay. Plastic straw. You know, if you were to duck and or be ducked by a werewolf, would that be considered bestiality? Would it be considered normal as technically they are human most of the time? Or would it be an in-between area like ducking a furry while they are in full suit save for a flap or a zipper down? Can a werewolf sperm impregnate a human egg? Life's greatest mystery is right here. What's the most ducked up thing you've ever did/saw? I saw my little brother getting hit by a car and flying a few meters through the air when he was only 6 years old. Fortunately he didn't even break a bone, but damn, I'll never forget this. Spawn protection. Kissing with tongue is actually gross. Legit, I can't believe majority of people enjoy this. It will legit disgust me if someone tries to put their tongue in my mouth. Maybe every person I've ever kissed ever sucked at it, but it does not feel good or fun in my experience. Edit. I'm saying it makes me feel gross. The word gross does not inherently mean dirty or unhygienic. I stick my tongue in buds, so can't relate. Professionals have standards. Be polite. Be efficient. Have a plan to duck every parrot you meet. My boyfriend died last year, so I'm just trying to get back in the dating scene really. Damn, that's sad. On our first date we should use a Ouija board to get his permission to smash. What the duck is wrong with you? A girl approaches you and says, pretend we're friends. I'm being followed. What would you do? Pretend that I'm her friend. I had this happen to me and we kept in contact. So now we don't have to pretend we're friends. Or, he hasn't let her out of the basement since. The word daddy has been so Shrexualized that my kids are gonna have to call me bro or some shit. I wasn't allowed to call my dad daddy ever. It was always dad. This is also when I was like 5, and I just remember him saying, don't call me that. It sounds creepy and weird. I'm 5, sir. Roast me, 23F, who loves Warhammer. Warhammer is in the top drawer of the nightstand and needs new batteries. Me staring at a dead relative from heaven as he watches me jerk off. I accidentally sent this to my friend whose grandma just died. Bullet wounds are more attractive than wounds from a bike fall. My schoolmates are very attractive now. They should be thanking me. What the duck? Go to work naked day is now a mandatory national holiday. Which jobs have the worst outcome from this? Welders. Oh, spicy raindrops. 1. Can communicate with oysters. 2. Free gravel for life. 3. Can teleport up to 7 inches away. 4. Grow a second nose. 5. Can control any toaster with your mind. 6. Look 10 hours younger. 7. Can instantly see inside any empty container. 8. Speak the extinct language kitten. 9. Can run as fast as Albert Einstein. 7 inches would still leave an inch of my uncle in me though. Not even Superman himself could pull my tongue out of Lois Lane. Hope your family sees this comment. What would your mom say? Would. I tried it with my cat, but it doesn't work. What did you think only rich people could afford until you realized you were just broke growing up? Orange juice. As a kid, I vowed to be able to afford as much orange juice as I wanted. When I got older, started working in high school, and used my first paycheck to buy a gallon of orange juice, I drank it all in one day and got horrible diarrhea. That was the scurvy leaving your body. A boy is born. Americans for no reason. Cut. Foreskin. Copy paste foreskin. Now you have 8 skin. If you keep falling short, aim higher. Unless it is 45 degrees. At 90 degrees you might be able to hit a bird and use its forward momentum and lift generation to get the arrow further as the bird falls from the sky. No way. Scooby-Doobius was getting the most action from everyone. Thus the whole, I'm not doing nothing until I get me some Scooby Snatch. Everyone was constantly smearing peanut butter on their junk / snatches for Scooby to go to Tongue Town. Oh my god. I just woke up to 600 quote tweets by angry French people who want to guillotine me. I just wanted to say, I do not apologize and do not care what the French think. Mango croissants. With mango filling. The French didn't invent the croissant, the Austrians did. Tell them to get back in their lane. Imagine if you were the one being stuffed for Thanksgiving dinner. My husband, Barry, stuffs me after dinner. Gobble gobble. God bless. I found a crusty vibrator when I was around 13. I knew what it was and scrubbed my hands for 20 minutes. Man, you're supposed to scratch the crust off and snort it. It gives you longevity. How do I delete the memory of what I just read? What situation is completely different if you have an erection at an autopsy, as the corpse, or as the examiner? Collaring and choking for beginners. Oh, it's a pottery tutorial. One day, someone will think about you for the last time in eternity. You will be forgotten by the world and the universe. Not if I eat the Mona Lisa. How do you respond to nudes? Damn bro, that looks weird. You should get that checked. But I never actually got a single nude in my lifetime. Check your DMs. If you snort a person's ashes like cocaine you gain their knowledge. Then why am I still stupid? I'm sorry. What? You didn't choose the right people. Roses are red. Walls are plaster. The children are fast, but Big Bird is faster. What happened in 1845? That's not the year, that's his kill streak. How important is Shreks for you in a relationship? Depends on the relationship. Relationship with my wife. Very important. Relationship with my dog. Slightly less important. Slightly. I once had a dream where Hitler was a shonen anime protagonist and he and Mahatma Gandhi teamed up to defeat John Cena. But John Cena has 3 tits, and you can see all of them. Go on. No, don't do it. Wait. How did people in the 1800s talk dirty? Catherine, I'm arriving. Oh Alexander, this carriage I've been riding is pleasingly exuberant. Quickly, hand me my blow dryer. I wish someone would do this for me. What are 3 things to buy at a gas station to make the cashier uncomfortable? Funnel, laxative, condoms. What is something left on your Shrekshul bucket list? Zero gravity, baby. Zero gravity, baby. My dog got a little angry when you take your dog to the vet. Before. After. Now your dog may hump your leg, but he'll never finish. Hey, not gonna lie, I've felt so lonely these past couple of days. Anyone wanna chat or summon? You look like somebody dropped hydrofluoric acid on your face. At what age did you lose your virginity? Lost it on my 16th birthday. Pretty solid gift, not gonna lie. Family always give the best gifts. My grandpa saw it, my father saw it, I saw it, and I swear my kids will watch this forever masterpiece. When your girlfriend asks daddy can you pass the salt, and you, her father, and her brother reach for it. I love game development. Do I have to whore myself out to get people interested in my game? Because I will. If it can bleed, we can duck it. What about jellyfish? Do they bleed? No. Then it's a fleshlight. Princess Kaja was considered the ultimate symbol of beauty in Persia during the early 1900s. Here she is with her husband and child. Which one is husband? I eat kiwis with the hairy skin on. My mom said I seemed to like it, so she wasn't going to stop me. Later on I find out that I'm a freak of nature for doing it, but I still eat it that way because I just like it. The only downside is that, since I like the texture of the hair and skin, I have forbidden fruit moments when I'm looking at the abdomen of a tarantula. Yes officer, this comment right here. Gentle. That's why I always let my cock stick out, waiting for the friendly demon to rub it gently. When I was a kid watching DBZ I saw myself as goth, and so fitting he grew up to be a disappointment. He looks like he's about to eviscerate you and use your gastrointestinal tract as a condom while he fornicates with your skull. What's the best approach to talking to older women? I, 25, M, matched with an older lady, 45, F, on Tinder. How do you approach the thing? We've had a bit of small talk, but she replies maybe once a day. I don't really know where to go from here. Ask her about the war. You walk in on your girl cheating with your best friend and he says hi buddy, I warmed her up for ya. What you do? Warm your buddy up to return the favor. When you go back to your friend's house after a few years and his dogs still remember you. My friend. Me. Your friend. You've been to my house before. You. Laughs nervously. His mom. Laughs nervously. I just flagged this for nudity so a YouTube employee has to watch an hour of Amy Schumer. I haven't been able to get the full video, but we just celebrated one of our steam locomotives turning 145 by chucking a chocolate cake into her firebox. We did the same thing for grandma. Luang Foye, 109 years old Thai Buddhist monk. Bro on 1 HP. Hey nice cock. Great balls 10/10. Thanks bro, you too. Enough cock rating. Time for the durability test. Woman pisses herself while deadlifting and apparently does so regularly. Some people would pay good money to be underneath that. No. Why? God why? Goldilocks moaned this one is just right. Mouse gave birth in my humane trap. What the duck do I do? Since you were using a humane trap, I'd assume you had a plan for what to do if you caught something in it. Do that. Edit. Oh my god, thanks for the awards. And mom said all my cold logic would ever get me was dying alone. Soup it is then. For 10 seconds, stop what you're doing and just listen. What do you hear? Thanks for this. Turns out the hostage was screaming again. Void Flav my favorite. Yes, it tastes like pussy. You made this dream come true. So excited to draw Mickey Mouse porn next year when he enters the public domain. Nothing is scarier than Disney World in the 1940s. Maybe Germany in the 1940s. What we fear most is usually what we most need to do. I ain't ducking no clowns. Life is a sexually transmitted disease. Nah mate, chick I ducked is still hella dead. I'm waiting for this. There's no brain in here. That's odd. Let me read the notes. Ah, no wonder there's nothing in there. Look at his username. I'm gonna duck a Pokemon. The worst part is that you can't change your username. You were oddly specific with your username. I didn't know Nutella was red. That puma looks like a Disney princess trapped in a puma's body. Look at her eyes. Maybe that's why he's banging it. Forgot to push the pasta into the water. Half got cooked and other half is raw. Oh, it's an Italian BDSM whip. Spank me harder papa. But they're not the exact same product. Men and women are biologically different. If a woman were to, for example, use a razor marketed towards men, she would skin herself alive because women's skin works different than men's skin. Men's shampoo turns woman to stone. Men's sunscreen catapults women into the sun. I tried a women's body wash once, and I died immediately. DoorDash driver confronts customer at Ring camera because of their $8 tip. $8 is not enough. As a DoorDasher, if you tip me $8 I will not only speed through traffic, but also suck your cock upon delivery. Over $10, and I'm straight up putting my life on the line to get your order to you. 2000 babies, since you all know everything. What's this? A fleshlight, you ducking idiot. I like ice cream. I too like ice cream. I get my cream from my neighbor Bob. He for some reason has loads of it, and if I go there more than 4 times a day it starts getting a little clear. Oh god. Separate the art from the artist. People that tried to boycott Hogwarts Legacy and are now trying to spoil the game for others. If those kids could read they'd be very upset. Then Hitler must have had great art. Long ago a wolf explained to his son, eat a man and you'll be fed for a day. Whimper and roll over and play dead, and he'll feed you for a lifetime. And the next day the wolf woke up to find his balls missing. Man travels across Japan with a GPS tracker to create a 7,163.67 kilometer marriage proposal. You were gone so long, I moved on. Top 3 comments decide what 3 countries get nuked. Day 0. Nothing nuked. Last country standing wins. Japan. 3rd time's the charm. Why you liking my girlfriend pic on Facebook? Sorry mate, finger must have accidentally slipped on the like button whilst I was having a wank. Like his photo next. It takes 21 days to establish a habit. Starting today, you have 21 days left of 2021, so you can start the new year with a habit already ingrained. What habit will make the biggest difference for you in 2022? More drugs. Something you can say during Shreks and at a drive-through window? Family discount? That is so cute. I sometimes record my boyfriend doing cute stuff too, like the way he struggles to get out the chair he's tied to in the basement. So cute. Nude man stabs second nude man on Seattle sidewalk. There can be only one. I found my ex-girlfriend's body in the morgue I work at. It was very awkward. Still giving you the silent treatment? The cold shoulder? Did she ghost you? Finally get that breakup, Shreks. If you're gonna do something always give 100%. Except when donating blood. No one said it had to be your blood. Guys I like versus guys that like me. And who the duck said I liked you? We told you, we are not adding incest. Oh. Delete some code. Great team building event everyone. This shouldn't go south quickly. Your prison name is. Over 150 pounds is big. Under 150 pounds is lil. Plus. The color of your shirt. Plus. The last thing you had in your mouth. Okay go. Big black gun. Hope you'll enjoy this as much as I did. After the ordeal of birth, an exhausted and starving Ariel proceeds to gorge herself on thousands of her own children. She secretly relishes the salty pop as they burst in her mouth. My sister-in-law died in a fire. Her Bible was beside her bed on a stand, not a burn mark on the Bible. Awesome. Miracle from God. Imagine killing someone's sister-in-law and then leaving your business card. Strongest possible flex. We will be together forever. 65 million years later. Fighting dinosaurs. Ordino head. If I could have Shreks with any person on the planet, I would. Simply refuses to have Shreks with you. Understandable. Have a nice day. Brings out rope and blindfold. I'm gonna do what's called a pro gamer move. What are some actually interesting small talk questions for a first date? So, how long do you think your family would wait to file a missing persons report? I was about to ask you the same thing. My dog boyfriend got her tatted and damn. If they break up, he gon' need a new back. Gettin' losers. We are going to die of dysentery. Gettin' losers. We are doing bud stuff. But it's mostly just pooping until you die. The log flume that never ends. Diarrhea makes shifty lube. Adults that sleep with a blankie, specifically one you had since a baby. Why have you kept it? I've been nutting into it since the age of 12. It's my crusty little friend. What? A keyboard never sounds this satisfying. Seriously, what is this keyboard made of? Human bones? To be specific, it's orphan bones. They usually have the best sound due to malnutrition. Vegan activists separate hens from roosters so the hens aren't raped. Like that'll stop me. Feel the force within you. To replicate it in real life, use welding torch. My buddy got surgery on his back, they took this out. Get a little olive oil, some garlic and a pat of butter and toss that into a pan. What a terrible day to be literate. 1944 renderings by the US government of possible disguises Hitler might attempt. Educational content. That guy on the bottom left looks an awful lot like my mailman growing up, Jim Hitler. We never made the connection. Went to Hogwarts yesterday at Universal Studios, and I bought a wand. Can't wait to get home tonight and shove it up my ass. I did that, and it broke inside me, and I had to go to the hospital. You're better off tying 3 to 4 together, so they don't break. Homeless man comes up to a beautiful girl about to jump off a bridge. Says to her, you wanna duck one last time before you go? She says, why would I do that? That's disgusting, I wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole, you creep. He says, that's alright, I'll be waiting for you at the bottom anyway. Suicide prevention 100. Montclair teen's quick thinking saves her and niece from home invasion suspect. Mom, I'm gonna call 911. He is inside, mom, he's gonna hear me. K. You call or come home or something, mom. Mom, I'm baby. Her mom really hit her with K. Go ahead. Tailgate me. Hope you're okay with murdering a child. His name is Bradley and he's 7 years old. Favorite color is orange. Sir, that only gives me more reasons to tailgate your car. I ducking hate Bradley. Duck Bradley. Never trust a fart. Guys, me and my sister did the 23andMe, and it turned out me and my sister aren't related at all. We both speculated she was adopted, and we started flirting, and was having Shreks within the week. A few months pass, and our mom catches us ducking mid-orgasm. She spazzed out and started crying, told dad and started vomiting. I told that we know she was adopted, and the 23andMe proved it. My mom said she wasn't adopted between sobs. I contacted 23andMe, I support, and we got the results of someone else. I went to move in with my dad, and I'm not allowed contact with my sister anymore. My sister is freaking out over the fact she ducked her BO brother. I still want to keep ducking her though. Do I have a lawsuit here against 23andMe? I feel like they are at fault here. Just say no chromo after Shreks. Problem solved. Gonna send this to my sister. Let us know how that goes. Woman has twins from 2 different fathers in extremely rare case. Collaboration. What is something left on your Shreksual bucket list? Getting woken up with oral. Just need to find someone who wakes up earlier than me, which is proving to be difficult for me. One day it'll happen for me. Sleep with your mouth open in the tram, and one day it will happen. One can dream. Pro-lifer. And what if you were aborted? Me imagining I wasn't born. I mean, you can always make a late abortion. Friend bought a N64 game. Found this inside. Dr. Mario. The N is for narcotics. Google. Bing. They ate the green one. Correction, they smoked the green one. Mr. Clean understands that your family is long dead and is here to help. And he sure did. I never would have cleaned up all that blood without him. Stop saying start a family when you mean have kids. A couple is still a family. A single person and her cat is still a family. A couple and their plants are still a family. You don't need kids just to be called a family. I had a distant uncle who had 3 cats as pets. That was his family. He slipped in the bathroom and died. Few days later, when people opened the door, they saw the family members eating him. Redditors, what is the horniest thing you've done and regret doing? When I was really young, 11, 12, I busted in a water bottle on my father's TV stand, and several hours later watched him drink it. No dude, no, don't fucking ever say that shit again. It's fine. He died when I was 12. Moms should get a fast pass to the front of the line at coffee shops. Honey, you're 22 and slept 10 hours last night. Get to the back of the line. Imagine thinking that you deserve special treatment for getting cream pied mayo. Do not feed or molest the ducks. What the hell happened here? The do not molest sign isn't there for the duck's safety. It's for yours. War is peace. Freedom is slavery. Ignorance is strength. The penised individual who raped you is a woman. Is that the title of the next Harry Potter book? Harry Potter and the Penised Individual. There was a gang turf war outside my apartment today. Well, we now know who among them would get shot if the police got involved. I asked my friend how his date last night was. He sent this image to me. I don't get it. She hit him in the nuts and bolted. Meet Jasper, a Nyla Sphinx cat that will 100% haunt your nightmares. I'd still pet it. I'm sure it's friendly enough. They'll never see it coming. If everyone with a STD died right now, how long would it take for humans to start getting STDs again? Someone will duck a monkey the very next day, so one day, monkey would peel your dick like a banana. Hey, how are you? Pretty good, just grabbing a bite. How about you? Without me? Rude. How should I make it up to you? Let's meet for drinks. And if we vibe, I want to eat your ass while I give you a BJ. Finally, a girl that knows what she wants to eat. That's the face Thanos makes when he realizes Ant-Man just crawled up his ass. Architectural masterpiece. Norway is opening a whale watching museum in the shape of a whale fin. A place to observe whales. In my country it's called McDonald's. What's the craziest thing you've seen at a festival? Download festival. Two guys facing each other, hands on each other's shoulders, headbanging, literally headbutting each other hard in the face to Metallica. It went on for an entire song. In the end their faces were covered in blood. One of them staggered around with cut eyebrow, broken nose, smiling, bumping into people, bleeding everywhere. The other nutter lifted a girl in a leather skirt onto his shoulders, forcing us to one side of him to get a better view. After half an hour of her flashing her breasts at the band up there, she started shouting for the toilet to be let down. Headbanger wouldn't let her, told her to hold it in. She shat down his back. He gagged, threw up over people in front of him, toppled over. Yeah, no one can top this. Does it happen often? Me wanting a cat. What if I accidentally sit on it? As long as you don't kill it the first time, it will probably learn to avoid the moon landing. Tell me what's on your mind. Someone tell Johnny Downey Jr. he need to go put a shirt back on and finish Pirates of the Avengers 6. Infinity Pearls. Every time you hear the term fossil fuel on the TV, radio, news, etc., you're being lied to. In 1892, at the Geneva Convention, the smartest man in the oil industry, J.D. Rockefeller, paid scientists to call oil a fossil fuel to induce the idea of scarcity in order to set a world price for oil. The truth is that oil is actually the second most prevalent liquid on Earth next to water and regenerates within the Earth faster than it can ever be depleted. Water and oil are the most prevalent liquids on Earth? Pathetic. Give me a weekend, porn in my favorite cum socket, and I prove them wrong. Sit on this, or go back to your ex. Either way, someone's getting a sore ass. Pocahontas. Nobody is pulling me out of Pocahontas. Some fine dining right here. I feel like this is a culinary version of a suicide note. Smoker for 10 years. I'm thinking of quitting because cigarette prices have gone up to absolutely ridiculous amounts and I don't want to be spending that much money on cigarettes anymore. Is this an acceptable excuse to stop smoking? Edit. Maybe excuse is a bad word choice. Reason might be a better word. Edit 2. Thank you for all of your encouraging words. Any excuse to quit smoking is an acceptable excuse. except for wanting to taste human flesh. This guy dug a hole in the sand so his pregnant partner could lie in her stomach. Then sometime later the eggs hatch and the children emerge and make their way into the sea. Proud father. Me. My future kid. My Steam library. How would you explain those hentai games? There's a remove from library option. That's a new clearing browser history mayo. Remember when you were young and your sister would have her friends over and you would try to piss loud as duck so they thought you had a big dick? Don't need to if your sister is already bragging to her friends about your big dick. I'm gonna come into my daughter's omelets when she is a kid so that she will cluck a Jude's dick and say wow tastes just like dad's cooking. Then she will ask me if I came into her food as a kid and I'll say you've been sucking dick haven't you? Checkmate. People of Vault 4chan are a completely different breed. Yeah, inbred. So I bought an already duck looking Garfield toy, but then it showed up vacuum sealed, and oh my god. This container won't last long John. Soon I'll be free. Americans will use anything but the metric system. 242 dicks. So what is this? Like 2.42 millimeters, or what? This is such a bad product. You might have temporary control over your tot, but you're just going to make it stronger. What's worse than an uncontrollable baby? An uncontrollable baby who has never missed leg day and could kill you with one kick. I saw aliens on my trip to Paris last month. We come from France. You are paired with 100 random humans. If you are better than all of them at something you win $1 billion. What are you doing? Problem solving. Give me any problem and watch me solve it. Any problem. Cancer. In the toilet. Not the floor. My mother-in-law works at a college and says the girls are awful. Shitting on the floor, leaving used tampons and pads stuck to the wall, and I guess one girl ducked a bunch of dudes and let them fill her up with baby batter and she figured, let's push all this goop out onto the hallway rug. This isn't speculation or rumor, they caught this girl on camera, and she admitted she did it, because it was funny to her. The expulsion? Not so funny to her. Had my second miscarriage this weekend. Husband is too sad to be shrexually intimate. Make me cry more than I already have. You posted a pic of your miscarriage instead of you. No fences keeping those two apart. Reminds me of when I used to work in a prison. Be careful with mortal shell as the final boss may glitch out and give you a seizure. My little brother, who is unfortunately prone to seizures, got one and had to be rushed to the hospital because of the final boss of Mortal Shell. I had been stuck on the boss and he wanted to play it, so I let him. Moments later the game was glitching out bad, as if the arena was just deadlocking or something, and my little brother went into shock. If you are prone, please be careful. Duck, that's one hardcore Souls like. If you die in the game, it attempts murder in real life. Mayo guys, I think my brother's a psychopath. Mother ducker is 5 and keeps hurting my cats, like pulling their tails and throwing them and kicking them. So far he didn't kill any of them, but yeah. Does anyone have a sibling like this? Edit 1. You're confusing me. Some say it's normal, some say it isn't. I wouldn't say he is an actual psychopath and is more like a brat. Whenever he gets mad he takes it out on anyone near him and starts throwing hands, but mostly he would go for the cats if no one's near. Child Slayer 69. May I be of assistance? Today I saw this on the train. Can anyone tell me what this means? It looks to me like a furry who supports Ukraine. Ukraine. A comment on a YouTube video. This is funny. I went to a private high school in Mexico, and literally I was the only known pot smoker in the school. The teachers, the principal, everyone knew, and they were super chill about it. One day they announced that the cops were gonna pass a dog through each classroom, and my math teacher literally helped me climb out through the window and hid me in his car. It helped that I had all A's and was an active member of many clubs in my school. I was a known serial killer at my school, and the chemistry teacher helped me dispose of the bodies. I only killed the failing students, so they were cool with it. Brought up the average test scores. This is an example of fans who went too far. Star Wars fan killed his wife after she smashed his toy collection. Turned to the dark side he has. Just found out that my school has been recording people through the Chromebooks they handed out. And I don't mean monitoring search history. Mean through the ducking cameras. As I have mentioned before, my school is ducking in sock. Bust a fat nut in front of the Chromebook then sue them for underage porn. That's the way, brother. I can hear my sister ducking her boyfriend right now. What do I do? Kick down the door and say player 3 has entered the game. Open the door slowly with your pants around your ankles, start beating off until they notice you. That's the start of a great porno. If I can't duck my sister, I'll just duck you instead. Guys, be honest, do I look like moist? Matt from We. One time I saw ants eating jizz out of a used condom on the ground in a parking lot. Even ants know what you should be eating. Margarine. Reduced fat margarine. Butter. Thanks, I hate my sister's cake. At least it isn't OnlyFans. Ask your local BMW dealership who they use as one way. Thanks everyone. I had no idea wheel doctors and curb rash specialists were even a thing. Going that route instead of nail polish. Much appreciated. PS. No, my girlfriend is never driving my X5 again. If you Google rim job, that usually works. Okay, thanks. Was a lot of men eating men's ass. Sigh. You crazy sob. Professor X used all his telepathic power to enter Magneto's mind. He forced Magneto to remember the war. Magneto saw bombs falling. He saw his loved ones dying. No. No. He shouted, unable to bear the memories any longer. He had to escape them. Holy shit. I'm about to die. Go gadget Holocaust trauma. What's something you didn't believe was possible until it happened to you? Finding graphic pictures of my partner cheating on me. Link. Amazing cinema with beds. Why the duck people are clapping. Nothing is happening in the movie. If you get married in Japan then fly to Hawaii and immediately die after you land. Your marriage certificate will be dated after your death certificate. Weekend plans. My husband died and I'm so angry right now. People keep asking me if I'm sad. No, I'm ducking angry. He was 25 and he died in a low risk surgery that he underwent for me. He died for no ducking reason. There is no greater plan and no God isn't watching over me. He died. He's gone for no ducking good reason at all. So, you're single? If you could smell the porn you're watching, you would lose your boner. What kind of fart fetish videos do you think we watch? My wife named our son after her first love, and I had no idea. This is my throwaway account, because she know my main account. My son is 5. About 2 days ago we were out shopping, and ran into a high school friend of hers. She was catching up, when she told her friend, that we had a son. When the old friend asked his name my wife hesitated, and I told her. She had a strange look on her face then said, you mean like your ex-boyfriend? Our son's name is very unique to the point that I've never met another person with the same name. Now she refuses to talk to me about it. I feel betrayed and disgusted with her. It's like a switch was flipped my mind and I just can't look at her the same way. If anyone wants to know how my weekend went, I totaled my car while dressed up as Carrie and everyone who was a first responder thought I was dead. I'm so sorry. I legit thought that this is a Princess Diana joke. If your plane was going to crash, who would you call? Let me tell you about my cousin Walter's experience. True story. He was on a plane to New Mexico when all of a sudden the hydraulics went. The plane started spinning around, going out of control. So he decides it's all over and whips it out and starts beating it right there. So all the other passengers take a cue from him and they start whipping it out and beating like mad. So all the passengers are beating off, plummeting to their certain doom when all of a sudden the hydraulics kick back in. The plane rights itself and it lands safely and everyone puts their pieces, or whatever, you know, away and they're bored. No one mentions the phenomenon to anyone else. God, I hate minorities. Was promoted by Vanis Jr. The truth is under. The body lies at this coordinates. Found it. Can I have a bite? If he ejaculates semen, it's because his body is full of toxins and he has had too many shrexual partners. Men are not supposed to have semen, it's unclean. Vegan men with few Shrek's partners ejaculate fresh water. Find a virgin man and leave these McDonald's eating thoughts alone. Stay woke. As an Indian man, I ejaculate curry. Get on my level. If my grandma wore pants, would she wear them like this or like this? Either way, I'd want to get in them. Grins Shrexily and murmurs, "Hello my Nubian goddess. Yeah, no thanks. But you're my darky waifu. I'm gonna have to pass on this one. Now listen here Missy, I'm a great guy and I'm trying to compliment you." Steps close and strokes your plump lower lip dominantly. "Now you be good and listen." Gross. Be me 5 years ago. Get a girlfriend. Leave this ducking side because I'm not one of you losers anymore. Turns out she's really depressed. Suicide attempts kind of depression. Stay with her and try to help her to a point where I'm an emotional wreck myself. Hope that she'll be better one day and I can be with the person I fell in love with again. After 4 years of me trying to prevent her from committing suicide, she finally agrees to see a therapist. Therapy works great, and she's finally the awesome person I fell in love with again. Dumps me yesterday because I feel so much better. I'm finally able to find myself. So here I'm again guys. There is only one thing Anon can do now. He should kill himself and mention her by name in his suicide letter. Drag her back to the hellhole he helped claw her out of. Unfathomably based. Scientists found a new state of matter in 2019 by squeezing potassium until it became both liquid and solid at the same time. That's nothing. My butt can produce liquid, solid and gas all at the same time. Police launch manhunt after attempted abduction of boy in East London. Today I kidnap one of my fans and some of my best friends will try to hunt me down before I kill him. Oh dream. Dream intense music starts. Every single horrible torture method you can imagine has most likely been thought of and done to someone before. And that's just sad. Inject molten lava into your anus. OP said torture, not pleasure. If trees could scream, would we be so cavalier about cutting them down? We might, if they screamed all the time, for no good reason. Jack Handy, I hope they'll never talk, or I'd need to have an embarrassing talk with the oak in my garden that has this big hole. Pro tip, kick the tree to make sure there are no squirrels in the hole. Even pro tip, don't try the same with women, unless requested. Squirrels in the hole are a bonus though. Your app name is lil than the last thing you masturbated to. Lol girls. Wait. Lil pregnant dwarf. Jesus, I can turn water into wine. Professor X, sounds great for parties, but not sure we need the security guard, drops dead. Jesus, humans are 60% water. Why did I imagine Arnold as Jesus? Jesus on the cross. I'll be back. 2012. Much of the population was in absolute shock / traumatized over Miley Cyrus being nude, riding a wrecking ball. Everyone from boomers to even millennials over the indecency and vapidity. 2021. BDSM, DDLG, Lolican, Yif and E thoughts objectifying their feet while dressed as catgirl lolly maids are all shoved in our faces. Everyone is bragging about rimming / eating ass, and the majority of people are either left unfazed or consider it to be left feminist empowerment. What happened? Some monkey died or something, I don't know. Edit. For clarification, I was talking about haram, not making a racist joke about the Floydster. Putting dairy milk in your morning coffee is Shrexist. I'll start adding bull's milk for equality. So far no one has found the right number. 3,452,839 is the number of times I ganged your mom. Even after all those times, she never seemed to be satisfied. You stay away from my rice waifu. Recifu. I will buy the rice. I'm going to take it home. Then I'm going to use my fluid to soften the plump white rice up. Then it's going to steamy hot time, just me and the rice. Then when it's ready, I'll lube it with fish sauce. Then I will eat it. What a terrible day to have eyes. Brittany Macken had been working at Subway for 3 weeks when the rookie employee was shot and killed over putting too much mayo on a customer sandwich. The customer, Melvin Williams, then turned his gun to another employee and shot her as well. To be fair, that's a lot of ducking mayo. What was the worst kink your ex had? Sleeping with other guys. Saw your stunt at the Oscars, bro. That was a bitch ass move. Will? West Vagina. Mount me, mama. Take my lord. Country huo. Encore. Alright. She's no beauty, West Vagina. But she's got booty, so it's a no-brainer. She's way older than Adsney's, but she's horny and smells like oil and grease. Now, everybody. Country hoe take my load on your face from my doom. West Vagina mound me mama take my load country hoe. All my man spread goes inside her, not a lady. Surely I won't bother. Old and crusty, can't tell you no lee. As ugly as an ostrich, an insult to the IE. Country hoe take my load on your face from my doom. West Vagina mound me mama take my load country hoe. What is stopping you from being able to do this? He's doing all this just to get shot by an ad wearing sandals with an AK-47. McDonald's can mess up your order 1,000 times and you still keep going back. One thing goes wrong at church and you decide to quit. Yeah, getting molested is just like getting cold fries. Are you all here for this cracked effect wig? The JFK haircut. Pick a superpower, but the first person to reply picks the side effect. I have full control over time, past, present, and future, and can stop time permanently at will, along with unpausing it whenever I want. You have terminal cancer. 975 pounds a month plus utilities. If you're afraid of guns, just remember that even Winnie the Pooh was armed when he heard a bump in the night. Imagine getting shot by Winnie the Pooh with a double barrel. You don't have to imagine if you're in China. Brand new aluminum fry pan melted during first use. Perfect for pan Shrek shovels. No matter what happens, enjoy your life, bro. You can enjoy 3 women. He's got a point, but damn, we are gathered here today because your prayers didn't work. Who says they didn't work? He had it coming. What would you do if I unplugged your router in the middle of your game? Use the time to form a strong romantic relationship with you that eventually leads to marriage. When we eventually grow old together and we find ourselves in the hospital on life support, I'll bring up the time you unplugged my router, then unplug your for life support. The long con. You'll always miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Please put an NSFW tag on this. I was on the train, and when I saw this, I had to start furiously masturbating. Everyone else gave me strange looks and were saying things like what the duck and call the police. I dropped my phone and everyone around me saw this image. Now there is a whole train of people masturbating together at this one image. This is all your fault. You could have prevented this if you had just tagged this post NSFW. Not mine, but wholesome as it gets. I shall grant you 3 wishes. I wish my dog could talk. Done. Hey buddy, you've got 2 wishes. First, give me back my balls. Second, remove his. If a university burns down or is destroyed otherwise, all current students immediately graduate with a bachelor's degree. Hey Ferb, I know what we are gonna do today. Every student in Hiroshima and Nagasaki got a degree. More degrees than they asked for. Ted Oj Father 6546. Them, do you want to watch the Special Olympics? Me, I'm down.